everyone, I'm just coming on briefly to show you this new book that I got while I was on vacation, part of my haul, and here is the book. So this is the book, Crochet the Shapes, Crochet Motifs by Edie Eckman. So this one, I got this one in particular because this one has joining techniques in it. I'm not sure which number book this is, but there's another book by Edie Eckman that is also motifs, and but I chose this one instead. So now I can't remember how much I got it for. I think I got it for $20 off of Amazon. But yeah, so I looked through it all and I already picked one out to make, and I'm going to use it, all the motifs, to make a bag with it. But let me just quickly go through some of this. In the beginning of it, it has just some general knowledge, crochet knowledge, tips and techniques and things like this, and talks about, like here, quick start guide, reading how to read charts, at the beginning how to start and end around, weaving and ends, choosing yarn, and it talks about like a little bit of color theory, well, just I guess the general, but if you really want to get into color theory, you have to find that elsewhere. And then just creating shapes, arranging shapes, all that planning and filler motifs and all that kind of stuff. So it has all the different motifs and the joins that go along with some of them. And it also gives you some patterns too, just a few in there. So yeah, so it kind of just a quick little flip through, and I kind of really like the fact that it has charts, because I've looked at charts and I've kind of had a hard time really figuring it out, and so I like having the diagrams along, or the charts, diagrams, I think they're called diagrams or charts. I like having this along with the written instructions, so that kind of helps me how to figure out, that's kind of, for me, works best for me, and how to really understand how to read a diagram. Like for the most part, I know how the symbols go, but sometimes, like in the different rounds or the different, rows and stuff like that, and I have a hard time. And some, like even the one I'm doing right now, I am, it's like if I didn't have the written instructions, I would kind of have a bit of a hard time figuring out how to start or how to end the round. I think that's where my struggle usually is. So, yeah, so here are some different starting and, basic crochet knowledge and kind of thing. But I am going to skip all the motifs and go to the end, because in the end, oh, there's a pattern, sorry. Let me get to the end. So here's just some of, so here's the book that she has, that I think that's the one that she came out first before this one, the Crochet Motifs book, and I didn't realize she had this one as well, Crochet Borders and Crochet Answer Work. So those are her previous books. And then here is Stitch Key, I guess, for the diagram charts. So that's pretty cool. And then here, of course, the glossary. So, and then here is a great little recap of all the motifs that she has in this book. It's called the Motif Directory. So I'm going to give you a little bit of a look at the different motifs that she has in this book, and you can decide whether or not you'd like to get this book for yourself. So there's some really, really cool motifs, and just things. She gives you tips too on how you can kind of make it your own, like leave out a certain row or whatever kind of a thing, to change it up a bit, or just to come up with your own idea, or give it your own flair to it, I guess. Oh, and you know, I really like the fact that this is spiral bound. I really like that. So this can lay flat and makes it easier for me to use while I'm working on a motif and I'm still following the directions and things like that. So I really like that. It's a spiral bound. So yeah, and so here's some more motifs in here. Radiance. And this is the one I'm doing. This is the one I'm working on that I'm going to use to make a bag with. I'm going to show you in just a sec the ones that I have already made up. So yeah, so 101 motifs, plus she goes through how to join, different ways to join some of these. But yeah, so like I said, motif number 76 is the one I am doing. And here is, oh, that's the back side. So here's the front side. So as you can see too, it's a little different than what she has in here because she has more colors. I only chose 2 colors per motif. And I actually have 3 colors as far as the outer rows. The very first round is this mint tea from, I'm using the Hobby Lobby sugar wheel cotton in mint tea, and then all these are sugar wheel cotton. So I have 3 shades of blue, and so it's this one, I can't remember what the name of this one was, and I don't remember the name of this color either, but obviously it's a blue, darker blue, like almost like a royal blue. And then I have the third one, which I don't have with me because it's attached to a new one. I'm doing the join as you go, and I'm giving it a shot doing that method. And so that one is attached to the round 1 of the new motif that I'm working on. And so, but I thought this was really cool how it came out with just the 2 colors. To me, it looks like, it reminds me of sand dollar. Let me know, what do you think? Doesn't it remind you of a sand dollar? I think for some reason, like, this color reminds me more of a sand dollar than anything. And actually the other one that I have, it's a lighter shade of blue than this even. And that one, for some reason, just the way it looks, it just reminds me of sand dollars. And so I thought that was really cool, really cool. So the 3 colors I'm going to have of the blues, and I'm going to, you know, arrange it to make a bag. So obviously, you know, it's not going to be like fully straight across because of this, because it's that hexagonal shape. So, and it's going to be joined like this. It's going to be joined to the tips here. That's how they're going to be joined to each other. And then I'm going to line this with some fabrics. I'm going to choose one of the fabrics that I brought home with me. I showed you in my yarn haul, my 50-pound yarn haul. I think it was 3 different kinds of fabric that I ended up getting. And so I'm going to use one of those to line this bag when I get finished with it. And so that is, that's pretty much it. I'm really liking this book. Such great different motifs, and I love how she gives you different options and ways to, like, what she calls them filler motifs. And if you want to, you know, because some of these are, you know, odd shapes, right? And so she gives you even ideas of how to use some other, like using the center of one motif to be the filler motif for whatever it is that you're making. But yeah, I really like this book. So, and I'm not really, I've kind of been looking at, you know, getting digital books and stuff like that. Just makes it easier and a little bit cheaper than buying the actual hard copy book, because, you know, I gotta pay extra shipping and all that kind of stuff just to import it here. But since we were on vacation, I was like, definitely I'm gonna get this book hardcover. It definitely makes it a whole lot easier having this versus a digital version, because then I can watch YouTube and do other stuff while I am using this book. So But yeah, I am really enjoying this book just because of all the different motifs. There's just so much to choose from, and so many things you can make out of these motifs. And definitely highly recommend this book if you have not already gotten any of Edie Eckman's books that she has. But yeah, so let me know if you have this and what you think. Alrighty, and I will see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.